Alright guys, we're taking a look at an RGB pole light. Pole light basically just means it has a circular base, tall, skinny bar going to the top of another circular portion where the light comes out. So I'm going to show you some detailed images, talks about the actual product a little bit, and then we'll talk about it, take a look at it, sitting right over there in the box. I'm going to get it assembled, sort of an unboxing of sorts, and then kind of go from there and learn a little bit more about it together. Let's get into the video. Alright, so as stated, this is a pole light. I have a few of these, absolutely love them. This one's kind of unique because, well, the one I have over there, you can kind of see, right over there, I don't know, you can see the bar going up and down. That's actually lighting up the room pretty well. If I flip the light off, there you go. So that's what the pole light right now that I'm using actually offers in terms of lighting at full brightness. It lights up the entire room just facing up towards the ceiling. This is basically the same thing, only this one has some other features. It actually has a USB charging port in case you wanted to plug in and charge something up. It has what they're calling music sync, which I guess we're not going to do that because of copyrights and stuff and finding the right music to not worry about that. But basically you can have it kind of synchronize with your music and everything. That's a cool feature. And of course you have different brightness variations. It's all touch-based control. You can do voice control with your Amazon Echo device, your Google Assistant device, with the app itself, just directly on the actual unit, and you can adjust the colors, the intensity, brightness levels and such. And whether you're using the RGB portion or if you're just kind of going for like a more traditional just lighting, whatever you want to do. And this one, it's pretty cool because the light is going to go up like the one I have over here, which just has a metal base and just faces upward. This one has lights coming from the bottom and from the top. So I'm going to get it unboxed real quick, hopefully real quick. Might speed the video up so it doesn't take forever for you guys, and we'll take a look at it. They do mention the Smart Life app. I'm going to be using Toya Smart. They're basically the same, very, very similar, little variation between, I don't remember, but every smart device I've ever used works with the Toya app, and it's the app I have on my phone. I'm not putting multiple apps to do the exact same job on my phone. I don't suggest you do either, but that choice is for you to make. T-U-Y-A, Toya, or Smart, just like it sounds, Smart Life app. Okay, and I'm using Android, so we'll be basing that off of the Android system as far as that goes. And we're going to be obviously using the 2.4 gigahertz network instead of the 5 gigahertz because that's pretty much how almost all the smart devices work these days. So let's get into it really quickly. Look at what we have. Has a nice heavy base, shouldn't fall over. Let's get started. So it's got some weight to it. It's pretty heavy. Packaged really well, looks really nice. So we have sort of a little business card that is a thank you, and I believe it has an email for support. That's always nice to see. And we have a little user manual, user guide in the event you need this, which, you know, maybe you will, maybe you won't. Other than that, we'll start unpackaging the device. Alright, so here are our 3 poles. This is our 4th pole. We also have our light. You can see this is going to be facing upward, the top. And you can see that this one has an open bottom so we can see light through the bottom. So that should be pretty interesting. And we'll see what kind of adjustment it has once we get this more assembled. It's a standard power plug with a barrel connector. Nice weighted base. This is where all the weight's coming from. This is a pretty heavy setup. Alright. I believe that's everything. So nice styrofoam inserts. So packaged really well. Shouldn't have any damage when it arrives. Sure, that's what we all hope for anyway. Let me set this over here. Just throw that in the floor. And let's see. No protective covering on that side. That's going to be interesting. Very cool. Alright, I'll throw that down there. Alright, so we'll speed this process up, the assembly. It's going to take me a few minutes. Alright, so before we get further into the video, take a moment to see there is a circle here, and a USB port here. According to the top, this is your on and off, also your pairing button. So if you short press, on and off. If you long press, pairing mode. And then this is short press to change the color, 10 different colors. Also, you can do the brightness setting and the different speed settings for the strobe or fade different effects. And then this is a 5 volt, 1 amp USB charging port here at the bottom. So hopefully you guys can kind of see that. Don't know how well it shows up. As much light in here as possible right now, but we're going to add some more. Alright, so we have a weighted 10-inch base, so it should be, fairly stable. And does have some rubber feet on the bottom, so it shouldn't damage your floor. So I have hardwood here. Definitely wouldn't want to damage that. And you have a little pigtail connector, barrel connector. That's going to go right into your power source. We'll hook that up in a moment. In the meantime, let's go ahead and set this down. And we have a little connector here. I feel like that's tight enough. So we'll pick this up. And as you can see, we have a little bit of adjustability, different directions. So that's pretty cool. And the connector, we have a male female. It kind of looks like a fan plug for a computer if you've ever been into building or working with computers. So let's get this plugged in here. Just going to lay that over my shoulder. And this looks like it is keyed to only go one way. Yeah, so you can only plug this up one way. Obviously, you need to make sure this cable is pulled through and this cable is pulled through before you actually, assemble this. But we'll pop this together. Kind of clicks into place. Has a little tab right here, so you have to squeeze that to release it. Other than that, let's see if we can feed this through. Get this lined up. Alright, so I've got it plugged up. It's actually illuminated, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's just white right now. We're going to get it connected to the network in a moment, but just be aware, I'm going to trigger your Amazon Echo possibly. Here goes. Alexa, turn off the pole light.
Okay.
So that is that light off. We turn off the overhead. Alright, so if I'm sitting in this room right now, I can see everything I need to on this half of the room just from that light right there. And I don't even know what brightness we're at right now, but I'm going to go ahead and get that added. And once I get that added, we'll come back. We'll take a look at some of the functionality. Yeah, I'm going to go from there. Okay, I'm going to adjust the angle so you guys can see it a little bit better. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be in frame. Anyway, be right back. Okay, besides the monitors, the only source is this light right here. It is connected to the network. I will be triggering your Amazon Echo devices if you have them. A lot probably, or trying to have them triggered, of course. So I don't know how well you can really see it. You probably can't, but again, there is a USB port on the bottom. In the middle, we have the adjustment for the different colors. We can just kind of tap, or if we can tap and hold this, you can see the changes as well. On the top, we can turn it off and on. Very responsive. Alright, so kind of a blue light. Actually matches my mouse and keyboard. So, very cool, looks really good. The music synchronization option. Oh, I was looking for my phone. So, this is going to be very similar again to the Smart Life app. I'm using the Toya Smart, but let's start with the white color because that's what it says on the screen. So RGB pole light, white, you can see all the different things we have. We have a timer, we have a power, we have brightness. So I'm going to go maximum brightness. So that's maximum brightness. It's a slider right there. And then for our color temperature, we have this wheel. You can see very quick and responsive. Brightness all the way down. And I like that this one has the light above and below because it actually puts a little more light in the room and it makes it a little bit more usable, even though the other one reflects off the walls. Really works well too. So if we wanted to set a timer, we can set a timer. We're not going to do that. And of course we can just power it off with the power button on the bottom. So power that back on. At the top we have color. So if we click on color, you can again adjust, as you can see, brightness levels and such. And we have timer and power, of course, still. We can also just drag this around, change the colors. I kind of like blue, so let's leave it on blue for the moment. Then we have scene. Scene is basically like if you were going to read a book or something, it has a predetermined, suggested setting for that purpose. And there's a little assortment. Smart Life is probably pretty similar. Again, they're made by the same people, but you know, you have the flexibility of adjusting this however you want. And the last thing is music. So if we set it to music, you can see this right here. And as you see, my voice, it hears that. If it was music playing, the same thing, it'd be synchronized, or any other sound really. So there you go. That's the music function. Timer and power are still available. Let's go back to the white and adjust to maximum brightness. And then I'm just going to set the phone down. This is the part where I trigger your Echo. So, Alexa, set the RGB pole light to blue.
Okay.
Set the brightness to the RGB pole light to maximum. Actually, I think it's on maximum, so let's do it this way. Alexa, set RGB pole light to minimum brightness. Don't think she heard. Alexa, set RGB pole light to minimum brightness.
Okay.
And that time she heard me. Alexa, set RGB pole light to green.
Okay.
Set RGB pole light to red.
Okay.
Set RGB pole light to white.
Okay.
Alexa, set RGB pole light to maximum brightness.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. So you can see that it actually lights up the room quite well. I can see this room is about 25 feet by 15 feet, and I can see actually into the bathroom through the door. So it does a pretty good job. Lights up all of this area here. Lights up all this temporary mess of setup. The move has been hectic. But really cool light, works really well. Really like it. Gotta figure out exactly where I'm gonna put it now. I think I have some ideas. But anyway, that is a quick demonstration, somewhat quick. You can control it through your voice, through the app, all these everything, touch controls. Very cool, very nice, very high quality. Check it out. The company, they make good products. I've actually used a few of the products before, so I don't really have any complaints about that. I believe they'll be fine, hopefully for the long term. And the link below will give you more information, anything I didn't cover. Hopefully that little demonstration gives you an idea of what to expect. Alright, check out the link below. Thanks for watching.